All right, so what do you think should be the plan for Wemby's offseason, especially after, I mean, I'm not complaining, but especially after that loss to the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully he's so young. But last year, Wemby was recorded at 7'4", at 235. They're always gonna do measurements every offseason, but if I have him follow any sort of like archetype body, I think Giannis is like the perfect type of player and the type of like physicality and physique that he should kind of aim for.
Yeah.
So right now, Giannis is at 243 pounds, so about like 8 pounds heavier than Wemby.
Okay.
So I think Wemby easily has like at least 10 pounds of like lean mass for him to gain. But one big thing that I realized was this: everyone knows Giannis came into the league really thin. Giannis gained about 51 to 53 pounds of muscle since joining the NBA.
Wow.
The one single season biggest jump, which was his second year, he gained about 30 pounds in one summer.
Interesting.
Right? So, and everyone, when they think of Giannis, they think the Greek freak. And his game is revolving around like physicality, even though he's very skilled.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think Wemby has a lot of room to grow, but I think the idea is like a slow gain every offseason, you know?
So do you specifically think that he would benefit from gaining weight, or do you think that technically he should be staying the frame that he is?
I think I think he should definitely gain weight, but I don't think his body can handle like the 50 pounds Giannis gained. But I think like a solid like 20, 30 pounds in like the next like 5, 6 years, heading into like his late 20s is like a good frame. But yeah, that's just what I believe. What do you think? Do you agree that like Giannis is like the type of body that you think Wemby should get, or?
I like that idea. I also can see him in a body type like Dwight Howard. I think that people don't realize like how much smaller Dwight Howard actually was.
Yeah.
Because he was so dominant, and the
Yeah.
reason that he was so dominant, especially as a defensive player, is because he had such an amazing frame.
Athletic freak.
Athletic freak. Overall, his athleticism was just so productive, so conducive for the benefit of the team.
Yeah.
So I do think that if Wemby actually did gain, like if he did like a nice slower bulk and really adopted that type of frame, I think it's only going to make his basketball game that much better.
So I think right now we do agree that like a slow gain throughout the course of his career is like ideal.
Yeah.
But like for me, I'll tell him to cap it at like 250, 255. But you were thinking like push a little bit further into that, right? Like maybe like 260, 270.
I mean, the thing is this, right? If a guy like LeBron, when he was in Miami and he
Yeah.
bulked up all the way to like basically 270,
Yeah.
I think he's even reached weights around 280 from what I've heard.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, and then he had lost weight, but that was only to keep his knees fresher, you know?
Yeah.
But right now, I think that Wemby, because he's so young and he can take advantage of being so tall,
Yeah.
now add some weight to that, some nice lean muscle tissue.
Yeah.
This guy's going to be an unstoppable force.
Yeah, like for me, it just comes down to two things. For me, I think capping the weight a little earlier, or the most important thing, is because with like modern NBA, like being a stretch five, like spreading the floor, it's like really important. And what I'm worried about for him is if he becomes someone like Dwight Howard, they're gonna pick on you on the switch. Like they're gonna pull you off the paint because you're gonna be slower.
Yeah.
And I think like if your weight gets to a point where it affects your speed and like acceleration and quickness, I think that's when you have to stop. Like I don't want Wemby to change his game because he gained weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Wemby's game and skill set is perfectly fine. I just think that sometimes like most people agree, like the reason why you want him to gain weight is maybe, you know, get a little bit more physical down to the post.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, because let's say he gets to the post and he does like a dark fade or gets some sort of like hook shot like Kareem, then he will be completely unstoppable. Right now he likes to shoot a lot, so I think that's where maybe his weakness is, but he's still probably one of the most skilled 7'4" big men we've ever seen, you know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's why, though, right? Like, a guy like him, if he doesn't have that length, you saw in the playoffs, like, how easily he can get, like, pushed out and he can box out. It's just
like
that,
Cat and Mitch, right?
It's just that his reach and his wingspan is so long
Yeah.
that he's able to, like, you know, pick rebounds up and you know, and he's able to take advantage of his size.
So I think with more weight, he can get into better position then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't even realize like how much like even 5 to 10 pounds of muscle mass on him, what that would actually
Look
do.
like, and even look like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
so I really think that for me, he literally is only going to get better.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
skill set rise, right?
Skill set wise, like I think it's only going to complement his game.
Yeah.
and sky's the limit for him, like I said.
Yeah. So I think for me the biggest message is just even for any athlete, like if you're like him, like 21, I think your intention and your game plan should be I need to add muscle.
Yeah.
Like whether how much or not, like honestly really depends. Like there's no right or wrong, I think, in that aspect.
Yeah.
But I think, we come to agreement where like if you're 21, 22 and as an athlete, like in the off season especially, gaining muscle has gotta be part of your game plan.
Absolutely.
And that's super, super important for like the longevity of it as well,
Yeah. I mean, especially now, like, yes, basketball is a more fast-paced game, but imagine now having the capacity to play both games.
Yeah.
You could slow it down and dominate in the paint.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
he's the type of person that he likes to lead his team by actually giving up the ball.
Yeah.
And that if you notice that at times when he was like either playing against the Knicks or he was playing against the Thunder, he was just like,
He's a team player.
He's a team player.
And that's just like Spurs basketball for you though, So I think he's in like probably he's in the best place he can start off with. Spurs, organization, really good draft picks like Harper, right, Castle.
Yeah.
Like you say, he's going to only get better, barring injuries, right? And that's something that I also want him to also realize, like if we get too heavy, like injuries are the big thing because there's more wear and tear in your joints and stuff, especially because he's 7'4".
Exactly.
So I think that's where we come to agreement, like slow gain, like
Yeah.
every summer, like maybe like 5 or 10 pounds, whatever. But how much weight, that's where we come to disagreement. But no matter what, like we think Wemby should be gaining some sort of muscle every off season,
Yeah. Even 5 to 8 pounds a year.
Yeah.
Would make such a difference.
Huge difference. And that's where the off season is so important because during the season, they actually tend to lose weight because it's regular year.
Yeah.
They honestly don't weight train as much because they obviously got games and traveling. So I think that's what the off season is like super important for all athletes.
Yeah.
And I think, at the end of the day, I hope that you guys enjoyed this talk, and we're gonna definitely talk more about basketball and connect it with like training, exercise, and health.
Yeah. Only to review some of these athletics and certain athletes and how they can improve their performance by getting stronger, and by getting stronger the approved way.
Yep.
So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Stay tuned for another video.
Peace.